Hello truckers, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator with a realistic economy. We are somewhere. I kind of actually forgot where we were. I just left the rest area. Oh yeah, we're just east of Casper, Wyoming, and we're going to be taking the I25 pretty much all day long. That's basically all we're doing. We got to head all the way down to New Mexico. I don't know if we'll get down that far today or not. We still have 183, how about 823 miles to go all the way down there. We won't get there today, not a big deal. But we're just cruising down the I-25 today. That's basically all we're doing in our International 9900i. And we are hauling a big load behind us. But let me go ahead and just pay attention here for a second. Got to get around this corner here. We are hauling a heavy transformer. Make sure we get around that corner. Alright, what am I doing next here? I got to go on the interstate, I'm sure, because like I said, it's all we're doing today, really, just taking the I-25, so should be a rather simple drive. I just cursed myself, I'm sure, but we'll see what happens all the way down to however far we get. I think we'll make it through Colorado and actually get into New Mexico, but we will see here. I would like to get it down to like maybe just 200 miles to go for the next day. That'd be kind of nice. So if you're wondering what we're hauling here, yeah, we got a transformer that weighs 123,500 pounds. So it is rather heavy. Want to make sure I take it around this corner nice and slow. We're good on the fuel. Money's gone up rather nicely overnight. We were like at 76,000, I think, and now we're at 85,000. Nice and easy around the corner, hopefully. Like to keep my speed and RPMs up if I can. And we are clear to get on over. And we are pretty much all set to go, I think. Get up to the gears and we'll hit a nice decent speed. Speed limit is 75, but I'm not in that much of a rush. Like I said, we got until tomorrow in game to get that there. We don't have to get it there until the afternoon. So I think we're more than fine on time, unless we get a detour somewhere. So I just like to get to speed, put on the cruise control, give myself some distance from all the vehicles around me if I can, and just cruise on down south today. So as I'm recording this, I just saw, before I started playing, 1.44 is now in open beta. So if you'd like to give it a try, you can go on over and switch over to the beta side of things. Just keep in mind, if you've never done that before, usually we switch to a beta if you're using a lot of mods. Sometimes the mods don't work, so just keep that in mind. That's why I don't switch over to the betas and show you guys what's available, because I know I do use a few mods and occasionally those don't work. So I wait for it to come on out. Don't want to screw up our little journey that we got going on here. Yeah, and I kind of forgot. I think last episode was our 100th episode of Realistic Economy, which seems kind of odd that we've been doing this now for... well over a year, and for a while there I was doing like I think we were doing 2 episodes a week at one point. Now we're just down to 1 episode a week. Check my mirrors here. Not really getting to speed too much. Doing 60. Maybe once I start going downhill somewhere, we'll gain some speed. I'll put on the cruise control and I can just sit back and relax and do nothing, right? At least that'd be kind of nice in a way, but not really. Hey, I saw you when I got on the interstate. You were coming up behind me. So there was a question. I don't know if it was on last episode, but I did see in the comments. I can't remember if it was from last episode or not, but someone was wondering, what do I use when I play ATS? And it's a G27 steering wheel with an H shifter. I also use track IR, And what Track IR does, and the link is in the description below, is for, I have it for Track IR. Basically, you just put a little thing on your headset or whatever, and it kind of tracks if I move my head. It moves my head in game as well, so it's kind of a nice little thing to have, especially if you're going to doing truck driving quite a bit. It also does work. Track IR does in Farming Simulator if you like, but I don't use it in Farming Simulator. I just use it here in Trucking Simulator. So as the money creeps up, I'm still fighting with myself, trying to figure out if I want to save up for a trailer or save up to expand the fleet, which means upgrading a garage and then buying a truck. But we need about $250,000 for that. Trailer's not that cheap either. Looking at a reefer trailer, if you're looking at a spicy one, it's going to cost about $150,000, I think. But honestly, we're starting to bring in the cash faster and faster because everyone's leveling up. Everyone's getting juicy out there. Everyone's taking some good deliveries, I guess. Yeah, we're just taking the I25 down. Let's see, not quite to Cheyenne yet, so we're still in Wyoming. Okay. Like I said, I'd like to get to New Mexico today. I think we can do that. I think we should have no problem doing that. Because we're about maybe only like 40 miles out before we get to Colorado. I don't want all these people pulling out back in front of me. I do see a helicopter. So I'm going to get over here because that usually means there's an accident on the inside lane or something like that. Oh, it's only 65 down through here and we're doing 71. We're in tolerance. But I'm going to hit the cruise control right at 70. Just so I can keep my speed up. I'm pretty sure it'll switch back over to 75 once we get through the Cheyenne area. And I'll probably have to give this 9900i a once-over once we get down to... Is it Santa Fe that we're going to? No, we're going to Gallup. Gallup, New Mexico. I was thinking it was Santa Fe. But either way, once we get down there and make this delivery tomorrow, next episode, we'll probably bring the 9900i in for an inspection and do some repairs on it here and there. Usually when you haul big loads like this, it does wear down your truck. I don't want to say a lot, but more often than not, it will wear it down decently. I'd like to get back over in that lane, but since there's no cars in front of me, and there is a car kind of on the inside lane right at the back end of my trailer. I'm not sure if I can squeeze over there. So we'll just sit right here. So I shouldn't have to pay too much attention to the GPS today. I think out of the, well, we got 674 miles to go, so I would say probably 650 miles of that trip is on the I-25 southbound. I would like to get back over in that lane. It looks like we are now clear to get over there. Just as soon as I come, well, I wasn't going to come on over, but we got traffic coming on the interstate, so I'll let them get on over. And they should take right off, because speed limit's back up to 75, and we're just going to do 70. Yep, now that car is back over. Back over in that slow lane. I say the slow lane, but technically that's what most people would call it over here in the States. The reason why I do want to get back over is because we're coming up on the state line. Actually, okay, we're right there at the state line. And you know what that means. There's going to be a way station up ahead. And they're probably going to have me pull in. I mean, because we are on the heavy side. Trying to see where the way station might be. Is there one here on I-25 southbound entering the state? Usually when you cross state lines, there's a way station somewhere about. Yep, it said that sign right there that we can't see. It does say way station. Good, that truck is going to slow up. It'll give me some chance to get on over. And are we going to pull in? Oh, wow, I got a green light. If I was in the fast lane, or the left lane, I'd probably get pulled on in. You know, like that guy's trying to, you know, get through here. Thank you for not making me pull in there. Appreciate it. Yeah, so patch 1.44 is an open beta, so give it a try if you like to. The raising and lowering of the suspension is kind of interesting. Not sure exactly how I would use it myself currently, so I may have to watch some experienced ATS truckers, I guess, or ETS2 truckers trying to explain, or maybe they'll be explained more when the patch comes out. I mean, I get the gist of what it's for. I'm just trying to figure out how it's going to really help us out here in the simulation world. And someone did mention, I think it was last episode, especially because I was hauling this thing, they were wondering how we got up to the gears as quick as we were for what we're pulling. And it said, like, it seems like the physics were off. Probably so. There's some things I've seen in this game. For the most part, what I really see, and I'm not a real truck driver, so I can't say how fast we should be going to the gears with 123,000 pounds that we're hauling. But there are some instances when you're driving on the map, it looks like you're driving uphill, but the game thinks you're driving downhill because you gain speed, and vice versa. Sometimes it looks like you're driving downhill and you slow up a little bit more than what you would think. So I mean, that could be part of it. Maybe we're getting up to speed a little bit quicker because we were technically going downhill, but looking out our screen of the truck looks like we're maybe going flat or uphill. I don't know. Or maybe the 9900i is just that much of a beast. I must be going through Fort Collins right now. Wasn't paying attention to what city we were near, but it's got to be Fort Collins. Speed limit's only 55. And we are doing 65-ish, and I got the cruise control set for 70. And I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm just going to keep my cruise control right at 70. And hope for the best. It's not that I'm in a hurry, it's just that with that much weight behind me, I like to keep my speed up if I can. Actually, we're approaching Denver, so is Fort Collins really not on the map? Fort Collins has got to be on the map. I just didn't see it. And I am going to slow on down here because 55 and going 70, that's definitely asking for a ticket somewhere. And traffic is getting rather heavy, and I'm not going to be able to stop on a dime with that much weight behind us. That must be Coors Field that we're looking at, but it's not going to say Coors Field on it, I don't think. Oh, maybe it will. I never really looked at it too much. Going through the western part of the city. I was like, what the heck is that? That's our loan payment, so that means it's $11.15, I guess. It seems like that loan interest payment seems to come... This comes between 11 and 12, but that time always seems to be a little bit different all the time. Gotta love white dotted lines on white concrete. Now, I know there is a mod out there for, I think it's called like Better Rows or Better Looking, whatever the mod's called. And it's supposed to make it more obvious where those lines are. I'm trying to limit the mods I am using. But there are plenty of mods out there on the Steam Workshop. Yeah, I wasn't too sure. Was it now been like half a dozen episodes we've had this 9900i? Wasn't too sure when I was buying it if I was gonna like it, but I guess it's like every truck I've always driven in ETS2 and ATS. At first it's like, yeah, I'm not too sure. And after you get going in it, it's like, yeah, it's not a bad vehicle. Not a bad truck. Resume the cruise control to 70 because the speed limit's back up to 75. And just as I say that, it goes back down to 65. Colorado Springs must be going through now. My guess is it's going to be like a shorter episode today, just because usually when you're on the interstate, you chew through the miles quicker, which means the time goes by quicker as well. As we go past exit 139 southbound on I25. Yeah, never been. I mentioned before, I've been to Denver quite often, but I've never been south of Denver. I've always gone from Denver up to Wyoming. Oh, someone did ask though, when's Cindy coming back? Probably not in the 9900i, so it's going to be a while. If she does make an appearance back here, I'm not too sure if she will or will not. Or she could appear in the 9900i. I don't know, but I have no plans. She's got her own thing going on, so she's taking care of business elsewhere. It's kind of nice to ride alone for a little bit. Kind of a loner, so not having to talk to someone in the passenger seat all day long, constantly. Although most of the time when she was over there, she was just reading her books and doing the logbook for us and taking care of the books for the business. Checking out rest areas, trying to figure out when we need to rest for the end of the day. She was rather good with that stuff. Now I gotta do it on my own. Back down to 55, so let's go ahead and slow on down here. So about halfway through our day, we're down to about 450 miles. And like I said, I'd like to get it down under 200 miles if I can. Because that'll give us about maybe 3.5 hours tomorrow. 200 miles would be like 3.5 hours drive time, which means we'll get there about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and the load needs to be there by 1. So yeah, if we need to get it down to about 200 miles left on the journey. And I think when we get this journey done, delivering this, we should get a good amount of XP, and I think we're going to go ahead and level up. We got just about everything unlocked except for we got one more point to put into long distance driving, which will probably be the last thing I do. Because right now we can go 2,500 miles with the skill points we have. But we got like 4 more points to put into on-time or urgent deliveries. And I got about 5 more points to put into fuel usage. In other words, we'll save fuel by driving. I may have to... Yep, let's go ahead and downshift here. Someone just brought in $5,300. That was Paul. Paul F. I think that is AKA Squirrel. If you are really good, much into ATS, ETS. He usually does streaming on Sundays for Trucking Simulator. I don't know if he still does it. I haven't watched him in a long time myself. Come on, dude. You're just hauling a bulldozer. I got another 200 miles I'd like to get done. Which I'm not sure if I'm going to get that 200 miles done. For all I know, though, this could be one of my drivers. Not really, because you can't actually see your own drivers in the game, which always kind of sucks a little bit. That's one thing, like I've been saying on the way down here, I like to keep my speed up if I can, because it's trying to accelerate after coming up that hill. It's taking a while to get back up to speed. I think I got enough room to get over there. Getting used to that 13-gear transmission, a little bit more and more. Way station. Fuddruckers. Just as soon as we get our speed up, yeah, we're gonna have to pull on in here. Yeah, we weigh a lot, so let us through. At least it's a little bit downhill leaving the way station. Yeah, I'm going to break a whole bunch of speed limits going through here. Come on, Mac Anthem, get through. course you'd be turning off just as I got on your butt. Yeah, so good thing is I think we're kind of going downhill here a bit, so slowly gaining some speed. Already 2:30 in the afternoon, so I got about 2.5 hours left, give or take. So as long as we keep our speed up, maybe do like 70 miles an hour all the way down, we might get it down to about 200 miles to go, which would be nice. So, yeah, I wasn't paying any attention when I got to that way station. Did I cross into New Mexico? Let me go ahead and get the map out anyways. I gotta see where we're staying. I got about 2.5 hours left. Yeah, we did cross into New Mexico. Wait, did we? Yes, we did. Right there. That's the way station. So we got 2.5 hours left on our journey for today. So how far is that? That's 1 hour and 8. So we can go a little bit further than that. Okay, so here's a nice little... That's 3.5 hours. Okay, that's too far. Wow, there's really nothing in between. So let me just double check. This is the rest area I was checking before, right? That's 1 hour and 8 minutes out. Can I... I'm marking it more than once here. Can we not mark it more? Thank you. Let's get rid of that. Ooh. That is a garage with a sleep area. So I won't be able to sleep there unless I buy the garage. There's a fuel station there, but not a rest area. That is 3.5 hours. I got 2.5 hours. So we're in one of those areas where it kind of hurts us a little bit. All right, I'm going to mark this one here for now, and we'll see how far we can get. I may have to drive an extra hour over. I don't want to stop too short, because that's like 1.5 hours too quick. And what I'm going to do now is change this to that destination there. All right, so right now we're going to get there technically at 6 o'clock. So I think what we're going to do is step on the throttle a little bit more. See if we can close that gap, not make it that we're driving too long over our scheduled time for the day. I don't think we can make up an hour in 2 hours, but that's asking a lot. We'll zip along though. Well, the good news is actually though we are under 200 miles. So that is a bonus. I didn't expect to get there already. Oh no, it's 200 miles to my... That's right, that's not the final destination. 200 miles to where my waypoint is. Yeah, don't want to fall for that, which I just did. So, Pardon me on that. I was like, wow, we really picked up some miles there. We're already under 200 miles to go. It still does seem kind of weird, because I was just talking about Cindy, that when I look over and check that mirror and don't see her sitting there, it does seem a little bit weird. And I don't really mind driving the extra hour today if we have to, because like I said, I think this video is going to be a little bit on the shorter side, because it's been all on the interstate, so time goes by rather quickly. And what's been really good about our company that we're doing now, the way we got it now, is we start the day with a certain amount of money. We pay off $6,000 of our loan, and by the end of the day, we've actually are above than where we were when we started in the morning. So our drivers are coming through, and of course at nighttime we're picking up a good amount of cash as well. I think we're getting like 4,500 when we deliver this. Actually, just shy of 4,200. We'll get that tomorrow morning, hopefully. Not too sure, but I think we would have gone by the rest area. Yep, we just went by a rest area that I would have stopped at. That would have been our other choice. Good thing is I can see we're chipping down our ETA when we were supposed to get there at what, like 6:05-ish at the rest area that I got clicked down to. Now we're getting there at 10:06. So maybe I can get it down to like 20:06 by the time I get there. So an extra 40 minutes of driving. There's a state trooper. Oh. And the speed limit went down to 65. We were doing 70 something. Really hope there was no one on my butt when I hit the brakes like that. And we slowed down quite a bit. I was not expecting to slow down as much as we did. The trailer must have really, really good air brakes on it. Although we do have extra trailers because of the weight, so I don't know if every wheel has air brakes on it or not. That could be why we slowed down quite a bit. But ever since I slowed down for that cop, and that might be too low of a gear. There we go. Now we can hear the RPMs climbing back up. I have noticed when I'm doing the cruise control, I can see the two buttons on the side panel over there. There's a couple buttons when I hit the cruise control. I can see the little buttons going up and down. one thing that a lot of people are asking for in trucking simulators, to be able to activate the buttons by doing it manually. See, when I move my mouse with track IR, when I move my mouse with track IR, nothing happens. So I guess for me that would work, because I could use the mouse to click a button as I'm driving. But when I don't use track IR, I think you look around by using the mouse. It's been such a long time since I did trucking simulator without a tracking IR. Actually, ever since ATS came out, so it's been 6 years. But I think you look around with the mouse if you don't have track IR. It's one of those things now, if I didn't use track IR, steering wheel, and all that stuff and went back, yeah, I don't think I would enjoy the game as much as I do now. I remember going way back, before ATS came out, I played a lot of ETS 2. I should look on Steam to see how many hours I got into that. But all my ETS 2 hours are done with keyboard steering, accelerating. No track IR. Then when ATS was announced, I went ahead and got myself a steering wheel and track IR. Dove right into it, and yeah, the first couple drives were kind of rough. But we're getting off here. Ooh. We're kind of rough, but after that, I don't want to say easy peasy, nice and easy. Oh, this is going to be fun on this hill. Come on. Don't make me go to a complete stop. That would really, really suck for me. It's a lot of weight on the hill. We're going to get through there. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't come to a complete stop. That could have been... I have some issues on a hill like that with a lot of weight. But we are approaching our rest area. So not too bad, going a little bit over time. Getting down here, I'm glad there was no traffic coming up, because I need to swing this sucker wide. Swing her wide. Very wide. Okay, we're going... I'm trying to see... Okay, I see the fuel where we gotta go. Okay, we are in the entranceway. $3.21 per gallon. I'll take that. So I'm not really sure I know how many more miles we got to go. But I think we're more than fine. Yep, we're getting tired. Let's see here. Where do I want to call it? Trying to figure out... Are those trailers up against the back wall? Can I drive around those? That's where the scale is. I don't care about the scale. I'm just trying to find a nice area to park this thing. Looks like I'm just going to pull on in. Is it going to ding for me? Is this not a rest stop area for me? Not in the trigger. Alright. See if I can find a trigger area. Wants me to stop here. Don't think so. I'm going to try something I probably shouldn't do, which is sneak in behind this truck here. And park like this. Yep, I'm in a rest zone. Perfect. Kind of a little cheeky, but at least my trailer and load is out of the way of everyone. Just that Volvo truck with the DHL trailer might have a little complaint that I kind of drove in behind them, but it is what it is. But we did make it on down to, we'll call that Albuquerque. That is where we are. We don't have that far to go to here. Let's see, where is my... Let's get rid of that. So we got 156 miles to go. So under 3 hours, which is good. We should have no problem getting to the Exxon Mobil station and dropping this transformer off there. And then I'm not sure where we're going from there. Albuquerque, that's Gallup. Okay. And let's see. So we're not too far from Texas, whenever that may come out. Who knows? That might be released with patch 1.44. When I mean be released, I mean as a separate DLC, not as a free DLC. But you get what I'm saying there. So from Gallup, who knows where to go from there? Not too sure. Maybe get over to Arizona and go up through some of these areas. Looks like we got a big zone here. We have not been through it all. So we'll see what happens. Who knows? But let's get back to my truck, please. So we have something to look at. That is good deal for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. But until then, have a good one.